You know what's the most favorite thing we do? We spend a lot of time doing it and later on we regret that why we have spent so much of time in it. Yes, it's overthinking. Hello everyone, welcome you all to my channel. I, Swapna Nikale, read, review and do book summaries through this channel. Today we will be discussing about a book that will help us and guide us to stop overthinking, which is actually the root cause for all sufferings. I hope everyone will accept this fact. The book we will be discussing is Do Not Believe in Everything You Think by Joseph Nguyen. Before we move ahead, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon for receiving immediate notifications. Your support keeps me motivated in creating contents that are beneficial to you. Before we move ahead, let's understand the difference between the two important things. The one is thought and the other is thinking. Okay, let me present you with an example. I'm going to ask you a question. Take few seconds to answer it. The first question is, how much money you want to make in this year? Have 5 seconds and just get the answer. I hope the answer should have been ready by now. Okay. Now I'm asking you one more question. You have already said how much money you want to make. Now the other question is, how you are going to make it? Yes, it will not take a seconds. It will take a more time to think about it. And if I give you unlimited time on it, you will be just keep on thinking about that specific thought, that how you will make such money, right? That is thinking. The first question is about how much money you will make it, right? So that was a thought. You must have gone immediately, maybe few seconds you must have taken to calculate, and immediately you have reached to an answer. It did not involve any kind of thinking effort over there. But when I asked you the second question, that how you will make that money, immediately you must have been blanked and you must be thinking the various factors, that what all ways are there I can bring that much money in a year, right? Yes, that's thinking. Thoughts are like events. Events are just harmless, but the moment we try to interpret that event causes thinking, and thinking causes suffering. We as humans, when we were in the caveman period, our mind is constantly in the state of flight, fear, saving ourselves from the predators. So it is always in the state of alert. But now we don't live in such an environment. We live in somewhat comfortable and also the safe environment. That's the reason we always say, let go of listening your mind. Think beyond it to achieve the high level of creativity. The moment you think about your thoughts, you enter into an emotional roller coaster mode. Analyze your emotions as a trigger to stop you from overthinking. If you have lots of negative emotions when you are thinking about a thought, then that's where you have to stop your thinking. It's not the content of the thinking that causes you stress. It's the time you spend on that thinking that causes the negative emotions. The less we think, the more space we create for our positive emotions. I want to highlight the quote said by Christine Evangelou: "A crowded mind leaves no space for a peaceful heart." Now, many will be wondering, should I stop thinking completely? No, it is not possible to entirely stop the thinking process. But we can do it by reducing the time we spend in the thinking process. Remember, our state of mind should be like the state of the water. The water is clear as long as it is not disturbed. The only way to let go from the thinking is to trust your internal instinct, your inner wisdom, which will lead you to the correct destination. Think about Olympic athletes who are actually competing in international stage. What will be their exact thinking at the moment they were competing? Nothing. Their mind is clean as slate. They used to call the no thinking zone as the zone. When we enter into the zone, we actually do a lot of work in a much productive manner. Imagine the last time you were doing your favorite activity. Take it as reading, cooking, playing games. What you must have been thinking at the specific time? Nothing. You will be thinking only about the task which is there at your hand. You must not have been thinking any other external factors. That is the zone. Less or no thinking happens in that the zone where you are capable to do wonders and reach your maximum potential. And an important point with respect to your goals. Create your goals out of inspiration and not out of desperation. Goals created out of desperation causes a sense of scarcity and urgency. You feel like you have to rather than you want to. Goals created out of desperation causes you heavy, depressed, confining, draining and empty. Whereas goals created out of inspiration feels happy, light, energizing, uplifting and expansive. I remember the dialogue said by actor Shah Rukh Khan in the movie Om Shanti Om. कहते हैं किसी चीज को दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उससे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाती है. Our job is to come up with what we want and not how to get it. Just work hard for it. The elements of universe will do its work to bring it to you. That is the reason we also say that do your hard work and just don't keep your eye on the results. Lastly, we as humans are not happy with something that we cannot predict it. We fear for the unknown scenarios. Once you start applying these principles, you will enter into a state of calmness, peaceful, and immediately your mind will be triggered that something is wrong, and it will immediately push you back to your older state. Don't fall for its trap. Think, but analyze your emotions. When you start feeling negative emotions, then that's where you have to stop your thinking process. That's all everyone. I hope so this video must have been useful to you into overcoming the thinking process that lead to the negative sufferings in your life. Remember, having thoughts is good, thinking is good, but thinking beyond the time limit is bad, which actually leads you to the negative emotions. Thank you everyone. If you find this video much helpful, kindly share these videos to other bibliophiles and let me know in the comment section that these principles helped you to stop the overthinking. Until then, see you in the next video. Bye everyone.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game.